Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be another sauce concentrated one. I'm going to show you guys some cool melody tricks in this video, basically how to make your melodies more atmospheric and also how to use textures to make your melodies more full sounding. And if you peep the Scarface shirt, you know the world is yours. Shout out Tony. And as always, before we get started, make sure to go tap in with me on social media at envyral. But let's lock in. Textures and atmospheres are a really important way to fill in your melody. It's really an overlooked thing. I didn't really think about this too much when I first started making beats. I'm feeling like making a futuristic kind of beat, so let's try to find some synthy sounds. I think this is a really cool sound. And I'm just playing like 3 chords. Let's try to actually tweak with this sound a little bit. This is already a really atmospheric layer. So this last part, I don't like how it's going up again because, you know, my normal progression is like this. But I want this last chord to go down to make it like a different transition. So I'm going to go down from G to E minor. I'll just redo that. So just looking at the EQ, you can see that. The high end is like really empty, which is okay because there's gonna be vocals there, but we still do want to fill it out a little bit. So I'm gonna open up like maybe Selena. So I like this sine kind of lead. So with this, we're going to try to create like a sound that sits on top of this. So initially you want it to go crazy, but then we're going to put effects on it to make it less crazy in the background more. So let's lock in. Something like that. I don't know. Let's try to tweak with it a little bit. And as you can see, I'm not like quantizing it directly because I want the notes to feel kind of like natural, kind of off a little bit. And you can just fix it with dragging it. You can press Alt and drag it freely. And I'm gonna take it up an octave, so when I put halftime on it, it's still the same. And with these, you know, you want to make it really in the background, so I'm going to just EQ everything out. Next, I'm going to put Filter Freak on this to make it go really crazy. You know, without it, it sounds really empty. But with it, it's a really cool texture, but the melody still feels not like bouncy enough, so I'm gonna add maybe like a mallet or something from Expand. That's hard, honestly. So we're gonna focus on the main pluck, and I'm gonna show you guys a cool way to add more atmosphere is definitely put delay on it. I'm actually gonna use crystallizer because this has a cool like kind of sound to it. Alright, I'm actually gonna put that on ascend so we can tweak with the delay effects on its own. Let's make this fully wet. You know, by putting it on ascend, I can tweak with these effects of the delay separately and put reverb and stuff. I want to add a layer that really like fills in the melody. So I'm going to add this ARP. So a cool trick is that, you know, once you have another layer that's the same as like previous layer, what I usually do is I like low pass it. So I cut out all the highs just temporarily. We can automate this later on. So then now the ARP will sit much better on it. Let's just make the ARP breathe a little bit. So I'm gonna put tremolator on it. So for the last layer, it's going to be another texture layer. This, I'm just going to try to emphasize the downbeats and other chords that I think are like cool to emphasize. So yeah, just something like that, you know, pretty simple. Now let me show you guys how to juice that up. I'm gonna put delay on it, just Valhalla delay, and make it probably 1/8. And let's put pancake on it, you know, shout out IHOP, just to make it kind of pan around your ear. I'm gonna probably put one bar. I'm gonna probably do 1 bar. I really like this vibe part. So what I'm going to do is just select this and actually render this out as audio. So next I'm going to go into Edison and actually press this blur and maybe put the mix halfway amount, like a little bit like that. That kind of blurs the audio, so there's just like one single texture layer instead of anything else. And as you can see, it's super quiet, so you barely can hear it. But what we're going to do is stretch it to where it's halfway. So yeah, now we're gonna put that back in the mixer and just EQ out the really high end because it sounds a little too harsh. So now what you're gonna do is just chop this up like that, and you know, use these in different parts, and then put this back here. Basically, you know, I took this layer and rendered it out, blurred it, and made it into a completely different thing. But what we're gonna do is actually put delay on it, or I mean reverb, a lot of reverb on it. I'm just gonna use Portal because we can combine reverb and delay. So next, another cool plugin that I like to use a lot for just atmospheric things is Wider. This makes it really stereo separated, but it's kind of weird because it does it in a different way than most other VSTs. And by the way, this is free, so make sure to go cop it. let's just put some drums on this now and you know, cook it up. All right, I'm gonna go to track this, and I'm actually gonna drop this Friday, so you know what I'm saying, it's gonna go crazy. Can't wait. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up this video. You know, I think this beat turned out pretty crazy. I hope you guys learned some sauce on how to make better atmospheres and textures. If you start doing these kind of things to your melodies, you know, your melodies definitely will get crazier. And if you guys found this video helpful, please give it a like, you know, subscribe for more videos like this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me for today, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.